very, very important to be here. Every year it's a time where we remember, we gather Montrealers, but also the Canadian Army, all the police officers, firefighter as well, because we got to remember all the sacrifices that the Canadian Army have done for us in the past.
I'm glad that this year we had a ceremony. Last year was a bit of a downer for all veterans that we didn't have a ceremony, but this year, very glad. They're glad. I got to meet a lot of my comrades that used to be in the forces with me, and everybody had a smile on their face. If you listen to the radios this morning, they were saying there was a ceremony going on, and but they didn't mention that no spectators were allowed. But they showed up. It shows their respect for our veterans and for our country, and I'm very glad. Having the ceremony and the Legion itself, it's at the heart of our veterans. We're an organization that's going to be 100 years old, okay? And not every country has this type of organization. And so we can take care of our veterans. We help other veteran organizations together, and we work together. That's the most important thing. And not forget their families or the RCMP or the first responders, which I have a lot of respect for.
They know some history, but it's not overly present in the school system here in terms of knowing what their own history. So I come down. I'll talk about it with kids later. They're wearing poppies, so that's about it. What more can I tell you? We call this the poppy flag, and I heard yesterday on the radio as well that the poppies were begun by a woman in Thunder Bay to raise money for widows and women whose spouses died, or families whose spouses died, primarily in the first. She was inspired by Flanders Field. The poem, which I think is here in McGill, in the McGill archive. Anyway.